Okay, well, it is almost 6 o'clock. I think I'm the only one here, but that's because I'm early, and I'm hoping that somebody will join me today. Yay! This is a test. This is only a test, just to make sure that my entire system is working and to see if this is a better way to do YouTubes, or should I have a live through Zoom? Anyway, you don't care what it is. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to answer some questions. And if you come in, oh, yay, I've got somebody here. Yay, I've got people here. Thanks, guys. Thanks for helping me do this today. So, my question is, would you like me just to go over some questions? Or would you like me to answer a specific question? So you all tell me, how can I best help you? But I'm thinking I'll just go over some questions if you don't have any ideas. Anybody got anything that you want to make sure I go over? All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead. Oh, there's still a little bit of a delay. Still a little bit of a delay, I can tell. Man, I've got to figure out how to make that delay go away. But I'm going to start with number 40. Let's try with number 45. Now, if you weren't here last time, these are questions that I created from ChatGPT. I cannot say that they are perfect. Oh, yes, and finance. Okay. All right. Well, we can do finance. We can do finance. So, Margaret, let's start with number 45. If a trustee reconveys title after a debt is paid, this is called what? And I think that this needs to have an A in it. Again, guys, this is from ChatGPT, and I'm going over it the first time. Hey, Caroline, I hope you got my message. And yeah, we're gonna work on that. So if a trustee reconveys title after a debt is paid, it should have is in there. This is called, is it A, satisfaction, a B, deed of reconveyance, C, reconveyance, or D, release clause? You know what? I don't even know if this thing has an answer key. I don't know. I don't know. Well, let's see. It's not satisfaction. Why? Because satisfaction is for the promissory note. The promissory note is what satisfied. That's what, is the IOU of this thing. So I know it's not that. And I know it's not the release clause because it's the word clause. And I mean, we're not looking for a clause. We're not looking for a clause. Boop. Now, one thing I've noticed, because I've told y'all before, you can use ChatGPT. I don't think the answer choices are the world's greatest, but that's okay. So that leaves B or C. Now, I know the deed of reconveyance, that is what is used. And then it just says reconveyance. When it says so, I'm going to go with B, but I could also see if C was an answer. Maybe C is the answer because maybe they're talking about an action. But either way, I think what's really important here is this word. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Is this word reconveyance. I can never see them doing this on a test, giving you two words that are so close. I would go with B, but Lord only knows if I'm right or I'm wrong. Let's see. Do I have the answer key somewhere? Who knows? I got nothing. I got nothing. I don't think there's an answer key attached here. Yeah, because it says real estate exam, no answers. So we're going to go with B. But I brought this up because it says trustee. This question says trustee. So I need somebody to tell me, if it's a trustee, are we talking about a lien theory or a title theory state? Are we talking about lien theory or title theory state? If it says trustee, what are you thinking? You let me know, and I'm going to give y'all a little time to answer. So, because I know there's a little bit of a delay here, but what are you thinking? If it's a trustee, is it a lien theory or is it a title theory state? Lien is guessing. So we got lien. Caroline says lien theory. Anybody else? Got lien theory? Well, it is okay. It is a theory. Now, Elena said title theory. Title theory. And you know what? I want to give a big old shout out to Elena. Yay! Because it is in fact title theory. If there's a trustee, it is a title theory state. So let's make sure you understand why. So when it comes to mortgage types of mortgages, we know that there is either lien theory or there's title theory, right? Those are your two options. So let's start with title theory, actually, right? Let's go with title theory. I'm going to move over here a little bit. In title theory, what you have is a seller, and they're going to give title using a deed to a buyer. So now this buyer has legal title. They are the legal owner of this property, right? And that's great. But in order to do this, the buyer had to give money, the sales price. But that means that buyer needed to get money, a loan from a bank, right? They gave money to the bank, and in exchange, this buyer gave the bank a promissory note, and they gave the bank a mortgage document. That says document, right? And that mortgage document only gives a lien on the property. That's all. The mortgage says, hey, the buyer owns the property and the bank is going to put a lien on the property. So this mortgage document kind of flips around, do, 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 and puts a lien on the property. We know that's going to be a specific lien on the property, which means you need a judicial foreclosure. So first, does that make sense? I know, again, there's a little bit of a delay, but does that make sense? What happens in, oh, wait a minute. Hmm. Well, so guys, boop, 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 boop. What I just explained was lien theory. Okay. Helps if I know what I'm talking about. I just explained lien theory. Why? Because it is only a lien on the property and it is judicial foreclosure. Halfway through that explanation, I forgot I was supposed to be explaining title theory, but whatever. This is lien theory. What makes it lien theory is the fact that the lien and the mortgage go together. All right, that is a lien theory state. Oh, blessed be my poor little heart. So now let's talk about title theory. In title theory, what happens is this idea, and I'm going to slide over here, that you've got a seller. That seller's huge. And they're giving a deed, usually a warranty deed, that transfers title to a buyer. And once again, that means the buyer is giving money, and that buyer needs to get money, that loan, from the bank. But once again, the bank is not giving you money because you're pretty. You're going to give them the IOU, which is the promissory note. And you're also going to give them this time a deed of trust. A deed of trust. But here's the thing about the deed of trust. The deed of trust kind of veers off to the side because we don't trust the bank. We're going to give title. And remember, it's a deed, so it transfers title. This title is going to a trust, which means there's a trustee who oversees everything, right? The trustee now has legal title, and what the buyer gets is equitable title, or the right to claim later. So there's two types of states. Either it is a title theory state, meaning, I mean, guys, it says it. It is telling you title theory. Title theory means the buyer is using title as collateral. Versus in a lien theory state, the lien makes the house collateral. It's the lien. It's only a lien. You're actually using ownership of the house as collateral. The title is collateral instead of just putting a lien on the property. So when the debt is paid off, the trustee transfers the title back to the buyer. Exactly. When it's paid off, the trustee says, "Here you go." And they use a deed of reconveyance. So the item they're using is a deed of reconveyance. I guess you would call the process of doing it reconveyance. But that goes back to the question that we started with. So somebody had asked me if I would go over finance. So I want to just say, does this make sense? Are we good with this? Do we need a better explanation? I mean, I come on here so I can explain things to you all. Anybody have a question that you need me to, or anything about this I need to re-go over? Otherwise, I'll just go back to more questions, but hopefully that answered that. And I can make it smaller if you want to see the whole thing. Remember, states are either, you try here, they're either title theory or they're lien theory. All right. All right, well, then let's go to some questions. Let's go back to some questions. Let's do number 44, and then we'll go to 43. Which estate lasts until the death of a specified person? Which estate lasts until the death of a specified person? Is it A, a fee tail, B, a life estate, C, fee simple absolute, or D, fee simple conditional? What say you? Put your answer in the chat. All right. Dahlia says B. Dahlia says B. D says B. Anybody else got a guess? Elena says B. Margaret saying B. Okay, y'all Y'all are good. Okay, we got lots of B's going on here. Anybody else? Caroline says B. So, I love to tell you that yes, the answer is B. It is a life estate. We love it. And we know there's two types of life estates. There's just an ordinary one, and then there is the per atri V for the life of another, right? So, life estates, there's two types. There's an ordinary life estate or there's a per atri V. So, this would be for the new owner's life, right? An ordinary life estate, the new owner, the new owner owns it as long as the new owner's alive. And per atri V is where there's a second person. So a per atri V would be if I said, hey, Caroline is the new owner as long as Elena is alive. So Caroline would be what we call the life tenant, and Elena is what we call the measuring life. We all good on that one? And are we all good on what the definition of fee simple absolute is, fee simple conditional, and a fee tail is real, but we don't use that in the United States. We use it in England, but we don't use it in the United States, so it doesn't matter. We good with that one? I'm hoping so. All right, let's move on to our next one. I kind of feel like there's a delay even longer when I do it this way. I don't know. Maybe the answer is I send you all to a Zoom page, like a Zoom. What if I said, hey, everybody, come to Zoom if you can, and then you would be live, and then anybody who can't come to the Zoom would watch? I don't know. What is a fee simple conditional? Got you. What is a fee simple conditional? Well, remember, fee simple absolute means somebody would own it forever. Meaning, if I gave you a fee simple absolute, Caroline, you would own it. And if you died, your heirs would own it. And if they died, then their heirs would own it. There's no like rules or anything saying, hey, you could lose ownership unless you choose or you do something wrong, right? However, in a fee simple conditional, I put a condition on the property. It is a type of defeasible estate, right? There's fee simple conditional and there's fee simple determinable, right? And a fee simple conditional or a fee simple determinable, there's some kind of, I'm going to call it a rule that you have to follow. So I might say, hey, Caroline, you can own this property if you don't ever make it a nudist colony. So I could say the rule is no nudist colonies. If you make a nudist colony on this property, you would lose ownership. But if you never have a nudist colony on the property, then you could own it, and then your heirs could own it, and their heirs could own it. Now, if 5 generations later they have a nudist colony, then it's going to go back to my heirs because I'm assuming I won't be alive in 5 generations, but you get what I mean. So there's the fee simple absolute. There's no rules here. You just kind of own it. But in a fee simple defeasible estate, you have some type of rule. So this kind of goes back to do do. Sorry, have to scroll. Got to do the scroll. You got your fee simple absolute where you own it forever, and defeasible means it's maybe forever because there's some rule. If you don't break the rule, you'd own it forever. But if you do break the rule, you could lose ownership. Good. Got it. Love it. All right, let's go back to our questions. Sorry, I got to, there it is. Let's go to another finance question. A clause allowing a lender to demand a loan due to default is called what? A clause allowing a lender to demand the loan is due because of default. Let's say a clause allowing what is it with ChatGPT? They don't really like articles, huh? A clause allowing the lender to demand the loan fully due because of is called what? Alienation clause, acceleration clause, defeasance clause, or escalation clause. All right, we got B's. A lot y'all are telling me it's B, 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 B. B, 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 B. Acceleration clause, otherwise known as the due on sale clause. Love it. That's the right answer. Now, how do we feel about alienation clause, defeasance clause, escalation clause? Because those are all types of clauses, but we want to make sure. And guys, this is how I take practice exams. You all know I'm getting ready to take my Michigan exam. So when I do practice questions, I do the same thing. I absolutely do the same thing. I go, okay, well, let me make sure I understand all the other answers. So somebody let me know if you need me to go over what any of those are. I'm going to put a little question mark there because that will tell me when I'm watching a replay, or actually it's a live replay, that you have heard it. Oh my gosh, you're right. Due on sale is not right. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind. Boop, 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 boop. Look at that. I'm so busy teaching. This is called the due on sale clause. I did that on purpose. I did that on purpose. I was testing you all. That's what it was. That's what it was. I was testing you. Elena, she got the right answer. I did that on purpose. I was trying to see if y'all were paying attention. Elena is the only person who was paying attention, or bless my stupid heart. See, guys, it's not about perfection. I'm doing these questions and I'm talking to you all and I'm thinking about what I'm going to do next and things like that. And I can make mistakes even though I've been doing this for almost 20 years, or no more than 20 years. So yes, the alienation clause is called the due on sale clause. Thank you, Elena. Yay. I mean, it happens. It happens. I was keeping you on your toes. I sure was. That was purposeful. I'm so glad that one of you caught it. All right, let's move on. I'm assuming we're good with the other ones. Let's try this one. A lender charges a fee for getting a low interest rate at application. That is called what? And I think I would change this to say a lender a lender charged a fee for getting a lower interest rate at closing, at application, I might say, or at closing. I would say this is called. Is it a prepayment penalty, origination fee, discount points, or mortgage insurance? All right, Elena, you're saying C. I like it. Elena says C. Elena, you have been getting a lot of these questions right, ma'am. What are you waiting for to take your test? I want you, I mean, we can talk about it some more if we need to, but go ahead and, I mean, I'm constantly seeing you getting these right, right? So, Margaret, you're giving me the C question mark. So, Margaret, tell me, we just did this, so fingers crossed. So, tell me where your confusion would be. And I'm saying this to Margaret, but I'm saying it to everybody. Margaret's going, oh, is it C? Maybe. Well, Margaret or anybody else, what other ones can you either completely eliminate or which one is giving you pause? Is there one that you're not quite sure of? July 21st, Elena, you're taking it July 21st? Mm-hmm. Oh, you failed on July 21st. Not the next time. Look, that's what I'm talking about, M. Smith. You got this. You've on June 21st. We're going to get you there. We are going to get you there. All right. So I know that the answer is, in fact, discount points. That is the answer. You just finished the program in college. You have to schedule your tax. Trish, you're going to have this too. So a prepayment penalty. What is a prepayment penalty? This is you owe money if you pay early. Remember, the bank makes this loan because they're making interest off of the loan. And if you pay off the loan too early, they don't make as much interest as they wanted, so they give you a prepayment penalty. Eh, That's not what this problem is talking about. A loan origination fee is just a fee for loaning you money. We call that originating the loan, whatever. They're just getting more money from you. Hey, so. Oh, you think it's the way the question is formed, stating lower. Um, a lender charged a fee for getting a lower because I would say lower interest rate. Remember, when you pay 1 point, it moves it down 1/8 or 0.125. So unless you keep paying enough points to make it zero, you're not getting rid of interest. It's just lower. And then the word low is kind of weird because today, if I told you you were getting a 6% or 5.5% loan today, which is July 8th, 2025, if I said 5.5% interest, you're like, oh, that's pretty low. If this was 4 years ago and I said 5.5% interest, you would be like, that is ridiculously high. Maybe you failed because you couldn't leave me. Look, you're not going to leave me because eventually I'm going to do some new agent training like this too. So once you pass, we will start our new agent training with you. Boom. How about that? All right. So a discount fee, it's not, sorry, loan origination fee. It's not a fee for it is a fee for loaning your money, so it's not the answer here. And then mortgage insurance. What is mortgage insurance? Can y'all tell me who pays for mortgage insurance and why? Who pays for mortgage insurance and why? Mm. Who pays for mortgage insurance and why? Oh, good, Em. You can't wait. Yay. I really do think it will be helpful if you all have somebody to talk to or, kick some ideas around and things like that. Contracts has a lot of exam, 90%. You're going to repeat and exercise more with contracts. Well, you know what, Elena? We're just going to have to do a contracts review together and we'll put it on YouTube. That's what it sounds like to me. We might have to go over some stuff. So who pays mortgage insurance and why? Well, I'll give you a refresher here. Guys, remember, it's paid by the buyer. Why? To cover the lender. So it's either PMI or MIP. Remember, if it's MIP, it's for an FHA loan, right? PMI or more or MIP. So this is the lender. The lender wants protection. They want this insurance company to cover some of the losses if the buyer defaults. That's all that is. And then Elena's got it great. PMI is paid by the buyer because the down payment is lower than 20%. Yes. Yes. Usually, if it's PMI, we know that's going to be conventional. It's a conventional loan, and you put down less than 80%. Versus FHA, you always pay it. So let's do contracts and valuation. Okay, we can work on that. So does this help? I mean, guys, when it comes to me doing stuff live, does it help you? And this is a serious question. So I know there's like 16 or so of you all watching. Does it help when I connect the information? I think it does. Like, yeah, we were just asking about discount points, but does it help when I go over and kind of link all the information together? I That's how I learned, and I'm hoping that's how it helps you kind of see how everything comes together. So, MIP is, yep, they're good, very good, Elena. MIP is FHA and PMI is conventional. Okay, so yes, it helps. Yay. All right, let's move on. 41. Good. Thanks, Margaret. I make it easier than college. Okay, most definitely good. That's what I'm hoping. 41. And it does helping each other too. Oh, yay. Guys, I'm going to miss you when I'm not with Prep Agent anymore. We got one more month. One more month, and I'll just be doing some random webinars on my YouTube page. I'm going to miss y'all. I mean, I'll see you here, but I'll miss having you all 3 days a week, like knowing exact times. Anyway, which describes equity? Which of these describes equity? Is it the A, home's value less mortgage, B, the monthly principal balance, C, the broker comp, or D, purchase price? I don't even know broker comp. I mean, this has to do with like valuation. I don't a comp for a CMA. I guess was what ChatGPT was trying to say, but that ain't the answer. That is going to be a big fat red. It is not C. I don't know what that answer choice is. You're still going to haunt me? No, I want you all to. Oh, no, no, no. Prep Agent isn't going away. I'm not saying I'm leaving Prep Agent, but my schedule is just so that what they want from me and my schedule isn't working. So I'm just going to go live. I love doing this with you all. So I'll just go live every so often just so that I can have this connection. I really love it. So Prep Agent is not going anywhere. I just yeah. So you'll still be able to find me. You all can't get rid of me that quickly. Y'all can't get rid of me like that. So I've got people saying the answer is A, and I like A. I like A. It's the home's value less the mortgage. Remember, equity is the money or the value in the house that is not owed to anybody. So think of it this way. Let's say I owe Elena $50. But then I win 75. That $25 difference would kind of be my equity, right? It's the difference. Good. Oh, yes. You will see me live and you'll miss me. Oh, thank you. I'm not going anywhere. I teach so much like my everyday classes and I write classes and I do so much. And I was like, oh, it's a bit much. But I absolutely love doing this with you all. No joke. Like when I tell you all, when I do the webinars through Prep Agent, and I absolutely think it's my best favorite part of the day, I'm not lying. Like I truly enjoy it. So I'm not willing to give it up completely. And I love it so much, even though I'm not going to get paid, I'm still going to do this free. I really love doing this with you all. I love explaining and I love helping people pass. So I'm just going to do it for free. Who cares? All right. So we need an answer for 41. Oh no, we got it. It's A. I'm assuming everybody understands why it's not this. Cool. Ooh. The state requires lenders to disclose loan costs. This follows what? All right. Well, I don't know. Let's say laws. Laws require lenders to, or which laws? Which laws require lenders to disclose loan costs? Is it Truth in Lending, Fair Housing Act, RESPA, or TILA and RESPA? Ah, yeah, well, guys, I'm already doing Fridays, and then I know for sure I'll do at least one other day. And you know what? If a lot of people are watching live, I really think this is fun. Like, I'm not going anywhere. I promise y'all. Y'all will always be able to find me, and it means I can make more videos, which I love. I love making videos. All right, we got a D, we got a D, we got a D, we got an A. All right, so far you all are giving me D and A. Well, Truth in Lending Act. Oh, that's not Truth in Lending Act. We know Truth in Lending Act is TILA. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure we all know it's not the Fair Housing Act. Is it Truth in Lending Act? Is it RESPA? Or is it TILA and REPA? Which, in a way, we could call TRID because we know it is Truth in Lending, RESPA, integrated disclosure. Oh, also, guys, Antilla is Regulation Z. And by the way, RESPA is Regulation X. By the way, guys, you all are going to get guests since it's just my page. I'm gonna have Maria, she'll be on here, and the guy that I do stuff with sometimes, Chris will be here. Sometimes you've seen this guy, Seth. He's a good teacher. So I love doing this. You all are gonna get bonus people, so that it's not just me. Mhm. So guys, we're gonna go with TRID/TILA and RESPA. Both of those say, hey, you need to disclose loan costs. But what's the difference? Well, here's the thing. Choose a different color here. RESPA is real estate. It's the Real Estate Settlement Procedures Act. It is just about real estate. Truth in Lending is like all lending. And this is where we talk about advertising and trigger terms, not Tigger terms. Okay, but Tigger, I love him too. Trigger terms. That's that idea that if you have an ad, if you say any number beyond the APR, you're going to have to give more information. So there you go. Some deserve something nice with their first commission. That is very sweet. I just love helping y'all. All right. So it is D, 100%, 1000%. Yes, you're absolutely right. It is D. Yay. Because guys, whether you know it or not, when you all ask me questions and ask me to explain things, it helps me be a better teacher to my students that I have in my everyday classes. So you're helping me just as much as I'm helping you. All right, let's try number 39. Again, these questions are written by ChatGPT. I have not pre-gone over them. And, much better than those stinking math questions we did yesterday. Oh, God, those were awful. Well, ChatGPT just needs to work on its math a little bit. Number 39. A government builds a road using eminent domain. The owner is paid. The owner's interest is limited by. Okay, I think what they're trying to say, when a government when a government builds a road using eminent domain and the owner is paid, the owner's interest was limited. I think what they're trying to say is why or what or which power of government is being used. I mean, this seems like a stupid. Every time you get an answer wrong, it's $1 super chat. What I was thinking the other day is, wouldn't it be cool if I could do like real estate exam bingo? Real estate exam bingo. Like I was thinking, what if I read a definition and then on your bingo card, you had vocab words, vocab words, vocab words, vocab words, vocab words. And then when you got bingo, you would, you'd win something. Would that even work, or am I just stupid? Like I feel like real estate exam bingo would be great. Yeah, this is a stupid question. Eminent domain, boo for ChatGPT. I was like, ask difficult questions, ChatGPT. Real estate bingo. I'll work on it. All right. The question was horrible with a C. You did that for review at the brokerage and a Jeopardy. Okay, M. Smith. Writing that down. Would you to a real estate bingo night if I did it live? Real estate bingo. I'll work on it. A seller grants access to walk across walkway. Bless its poor little heart. ChatGPT is struggling. Walk across a property. That is a encroachment, an easement, a pertinent, a covenant, or a lien. Hmm. Boom shakalaka laka boom. Icon. Oh my gosh, that would be great. Hmm. Encroachment, easement, a pertinent, a covenant, or a lien. All right, Cell says B. B. Takima said B. Love it. B, B, B. Okay, you all are feeling the B. You're feeling the B. You're feeling the burns, like burn boot camp. B. Now, I would say if a seller is granting access, the question really needs to read, and this is me being very picky, but it really needs to read. How do I change the color to orange? Here we go. It needs to say a seller grants access either to a person or a property, right? Well, we know the answer is not encroachment because we know what an encroachment is. Somebody's in that space. We know it's not a covenant. We see those in deeds, right? We know it's not a lien because that's somebody owes money. Somebody or property owns money. But easement appurtenant is specific to a property. If they gave a person the right to cross, that would be an easement in gross, and it could also be a utility easement is also an easement in gross. All right. So wouldn't this be a license? Otherwise, it's B. You know what? That is great, Margaret. That is great. A license toot, is not an encumbrance. And so it ends when sold and it expires, right? And it could, if a license was up here, if a license was an answer choice, they would have had to give us more information. God, I love that. Margaret, you are awesome. Great use there. A license is not an encumbrance, but an easement is. An easement is an encumbrance. So there you go. That makes sense? Hoping so. All right, next one. You know what? Bless Chat GPT's heart. Seller financing, a loan wraps old loan and new payments. This is a apparently ChatGPT is like, you ever have like a dog or a cat hide behind a blade of grass or like a pole? Like, I can see you, fool. I feel like that's ChatGPT right now. Like, they're never going to figure out the answer to 37. Seller financing, a loan wraps old loan and new payments. This is a gee, I don't know, ChatGPT. Could it be a wraparound mortgage? Oh, however, it is a good, even bad questions give us a chance to review. And this one is terrible. This is awful. But having said that, does everybody actually understand wraparound mortgage? And do you also understand, switch here, balloon mortgage, land contract, deed of trust? Do we know what all of these words mean, or do I need to go over them? I'm like, I can't see you. I know. If only the test questions were this easy. I can't see you. But I do think it's a good vocab word to know. And it is good to make sure that we know all these other words. Can anybody tell me a synonym for land contract, or what is a land contract? Human versus robot. All right. So we know a balloon payment is when you have a big payment with your last payment. So kind of like when you have a car loan. You know, when you have a car loan, you pay the same amount every single month. And then the very last payment is bigger to pay off everything. That's a balloon mortgage. A land contract synonym would be installment land contract, or just a land contract. And a deed of trust, we know we talked about that in a title theory state. Oop, but I just made my screen do something weird. Title theory state earlier. I said state. Or and it's called a contract for deed. Elena, ma'am, you could be teaching this class. I love it. So does everybody understand the wraparound mortgage, or do I need to go over it? Was it the other words that were causing a problem, or do I need to go over wraparound mortgage? Hmm. Margaret, you said please go over. Okay, so let's go over it. Plus, it gives me a chance to draw, and we know I'm a terrible artist, but it's fun. Okay, let's take us back to 100% here. Boom, lock. So this is Old Man Sam, right? And this is going to be the wraparound mortgage. Old Man Sam. And he has a house that's too big. And he's got a monthly payment of $1,200 a month. Well, Sam is old, but lucky for him, he has a nephew and a wife, and they've got three little rugrats, triplets. This is the nephew, and his credit is a 540. That's not good, y'all. Not good. hmm But he needs a bigger house. But he can't get a traditional loan. Okay, that says traditional. It's just terrible handwriting. So what happens is, now this means there has to be no alienation clause. This only works if there's no alienation clause. But if he can't get a traditional loan, what will happen is Sam moves out. Then nephew and family moves in, but they pay money to Sam, to Uncle Sam. Oh, I didn't even mean to do that. Get it? Uncle Sam. Okay. He pays money. And so maybe what he's paying is $2,600 a month. So this nephew is paying $2,600 a month to Sam. And then Sam uses that $2,600. And that $2,600, he's going to give some to his loan. He's going to give the $1,200 to the loan people, his mortgage payment. And then he's going to keep the other, what is that, $1,400? So what we're saying is this payment wraps around or encompasses encompasses the original loan. So there you go. All right, guys. Question. What time, I mean, if you all like this, and I mean, you all still get me through July, like the normal Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But when I start going live, would you all rather I go earlier, like I usually do, 3 p.m. Eastern, or would you prefer later, like 6 p.m. Eastern, or even later, like 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern? You don't have to decide now, but when would this be most helpful? Or would it be weekends? I don't know. Joy, you're late. It's okay. It's recorded. It's going to be on YouTube. You can always watch it later. You don't have to decide now, y'all, but again, I want to do this. I love doing it. It makes me a better teacher. And if it helps you pass, plus you all are hilarious and I love talking to you. So, a mixture. A mixture and some weekends. All right. I mean, I think it's kind of weird if I just randomly pop up, but it's cool. All right, guys, you all are so welcome. I do have it tomorrow. Does anybody know what I'm teaching tomorrow? I'm doing the prep agent tomorrow. I have no idea what the topic is, but what would be better for me? Um, yeah. Mind blown. My schedule is never the same because I teach different classes. So I think I like the idea of kind of mixing it around and maybe doing a week in advance and telling you, like maybe I plan a week in advance and you can always look. I don't know. But I will see y'all. And that's for the Zoom too. Yeah. Would you all rather Zoom or YouTube? Like, if we were doing this, would you rather be in a Zoom room and then I send it to YouTube, or do you like it just only YouTube? If you Zoom, then you'll be able to talk to me and send me stuff. So, I don't know. A later class goes with the record. You'd love to get all of it. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know. You take yours Friday. Joy, you hopefully you won't need me after Friday. So there you go. Guys, I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for testing this with me. I went through Zoom. You can see it at the little bottom there instead of doing the other way. And I mean, I don't think it really matters if I use this or like OBS, but we'll see. We will see, guys. Smooches. I'm doing contracts tomorrow. Haha. Thank you. Thank you. I'll prepare those questions for tomorrow. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. Wait, I'm gonna say bye, but I don't know how to end this thing. Hold up. Let's see. Where is the stop live stream? Okay, I got it now. I'm learning it, guys.